Whenever I'm alone with you.
Hello Leo, Polina here. Leo, August is your month. Whoa. Okay, so you've really surprised me in the last while. I've never seen something so scary and so crisp. You have this incredible cutting edge way of being the new without knowing how you do even. It's like you just completely mind boggle me sometimes. Because here you are, so proud and so dense and so kind of bread and butter, you know, just become really plain sometimes, and then suddenly something comes out of you that is so unique, divine, and on the edge of fashion, or on the edge of mind. Like, you just get this edge from density. It's really incredible. I feel Leo has become something that's really cutting edge for us this month of August. In July, I feel you've done really well. You've climbed and you scaled it up. And overall, it feels to me that Leos have done an incredible feat or incredible job, and they've really steadily made it their choice to work hard and to make the best impression on themselves and not on anybody else. And they really started to look themselves in the eye. And it does feel to me that Leos have become something that is really potent and really strong, like a nice aged wine. It is becoming something that I feel is incredibly actually annoying for a lot of people, to see that this type of vibration sometimes doesn't know what's best for itself, and suddenly it just becomes the cutting edge. It just suddenly becomes the cutting edge, no matter what anybody thought or prophesized, and no matter what anybody thought of them. So it feels to me that Leo, you are in power, and you're in a really good place, not just because this is your sun sign now, it's because you've just made it. And it feels to me that the humble energy of Leo has really increased in size. So you've increased, but a lot of it has been in a really humble and gentle and generous way, and you've come out the other side, I feel, through this process of doing what you do and being what you be, as a butterfly. It's like you've come out through the eye of the needle, you know? And it feels to me that you've become, and this is a really actually interesting time, because for most people it's not so good to celebrate anything, because we're still birthing some part of ourselves. We're not finished, like the painting is not done, the work is in progress. But for you, Leo, it's very nice to have a little bit of a scary and a joke about how great you are. So basically what I mean is, it's not so bad to celebrate inside in a little scream of rapture about how awesome you are. This is something that happens to us all. Occasionally we get this little scream inside the heart of, look at me, I'm so good, you know, look at this is amazing. And it isn't really ego. It's like the Plutonian influence on you, because I do have a theory that Sun and Pluto both rule Leo. So when we have solar flares in our sun, there's basically you screaming inside how proud you are to be yourself. And this is really the best to be inside, though, like having this little yes moment, this little oh yes, like in a victory. Because for us, I feel it feels really daunting to see you grow so far and so fast. But if you are laying yourself back and showing somebody, hey, you know, guess what I've done last week, you know, guess how good my university marks are, or, you know, guess how well I've done. I'm actually going to do an exhibition of these pieces. Oh, look at me. Like, oh, do you know who I am? Guess who you're looking at? And you might actually have a feeling, even a fear, that you're becoming a little bit too great for words, maybe, because it feels to me that Leo's establishing a presence that's like far beyond what other people have thought they could do. But if you are laying your wares, okay, so if you're laying your wares, you're wearing this realization of your greatness on the front, and you're showing people like, hey, look at this, look what I can do, look where I'm going next, look, I'm gonna get a scholarship next year, haha, that's right. That's not so good, because basically it feels that most people are kind of like half aware of where they are. I feel Leo is an Aquarius, so the only signs that are totally stimulated this August. It feels to me that most of us are still putting their pieces together. We're kind of like looking at this puzzle of life. Oh, this goes here. Oh, hang on, I'm not done. Like, it's like the final assignment is not due yet. We're still figuring it out. It's like you're the goody two shoes kid, Leo, that's done all your work in the first it's like in the first part of the assignment. It's like, it's almost like you went in for a 4-year degree, and by the first year you're already done it. You know, you can actually go get a scholarship. You can go to higher levels of education. It's like you've ascended really, really fast, but it's not just ascension. It's like really nice earthly understanding of your world, of your word, of your voyage. You just got it. But to tell us like, hey guys, I got a scholarship, it might be wrong. And it's not because we're needy, or not because we're jealous. It's, oh, maybe that too. But because we are not becoming at the same type of pace as you. We've got different routes, we've got different roads to walk, we've got different ways to be. So with us, Leo, you might seem like a really bolshy person, even though you're not. Like, you deserve the celebration of success, you deserve to show us up. But it feels to me that we might close these roads for you if you don't succeed inside first, if you're trying to show on the outside first what you are. So what I mean is, if you are trying to show us, hey, you know, in a pushy way, like, look at my degree, like, look, I'm pretty much finished, like, look at my doctrines, like, oh my gosh, look at my medals, like, look at my trophies, I'm gonna be the best in the country, or I'm gonna be the best in the school. It can kind of work in a really weird way, because if you can imagine somebody's working away, and it's like they got a university paper to finish, and they're working away, and you come up to them and you start showing yourself as, you know, actually I finished this last week and I know every word. So you don't have to, you know, tell me what you've written, but I'll tell you what I've written. And what happens, basically the person gets angry, the person who's typing up the report, the person who's working away, still putting their pieces together, which is basically most of us, pretty much all of us. And you come up to somebody and you kind of sprawl yourself out and go, well, I hear that I'm getting promoted. Basically what person does, even though you're doing this out of heart, like, this is your heart, this is not bad, this is beautiful, the other person can snap. The person can snap and can get kind of like, oh my god, don't touch me, don't talk to me. And sometimes it's not that it's jealousy, sometimes it's jealousy as well, and it's not pushed on you, but they can snap at you and they can close off one of those doors. So they can get so angry because they're not yet there in the mind to think about their graduation. They're not yet in the mind to finish their report that is due next, like, you know, next year. That's due very soon. But you got like some kind of premonition, Leo. And it's good to keep it to yourself, because other people can snap shut the doors that you have got open. So for example, I'm not saying it'll happen this way, but this is just a rough example. You got a scholarship, or your parents are paying for your first house, you know, or, you know, you're married now and you're really happy and you're understanding that you want a child. Something is awesome. Something is awesome. Let's just take one example. Okay, so you're getting married and you're happy. You're freaking happy. And you want to tell your friend who's been single for 5 years, hey babe, I'm finally getting married and I'm going to be so happy. You know, this is so great. This person is the love of my life. They snap because they're still figuring their pieces out. They still haven't defined who they are. And it's not that you get to suffer for them, but it may so be that the marriage doesn't work out, or there might be strain there which doesn't need to be, because sometimes we can push our insecurities on you. Because sometimes when the nerdy kid in class says, I finished my homework first, a bully can come up and say, well, you're going to finish my homework for me as well. And I also want your lunch money. So the better thing is to be really happy inside, and to be really proud inside, and also be proud of your friends not having, you know, enough time, or, you know, doing whatever they do, because it might take us a long, long time to get to where you are and to crack where you have cracked the code. So let us be. If you've got somebody in your life, your mother, your friend, anybody who is not cracking the codes yet, they don't get it yet, they're kind of like, oh, you know, figuring it out, don't help anyone. You don't need to help anybody. It's really good that you got to this really nice level, Leo. It's just nice to know inside that you're free. It's like you finish all the work on purpose to be free. You're early, you're very early, you're very grand, and it is just nice to relax. You know, instead of trying to poke at other people, I've got a degree, or like, I finished, I got a scholarship. No, instead of like showing how good you're doing, allowing people to do their work and kind of circulate around if you want. Look, but don't say anything. It's nice to have a little yes, you know, inside, but not on the outside. And the best thing to do is to power. It's like, well, you know, I got a degree. I might have to go buy some new clothes, you know, for my next job, or I'm getting married. You know, I might actually have a look online at some new furniture. Perfect. Look at the next step to what you already got, you know, instead of parading it around because it feels that people can cut it down. For future use, for future use of your energy as well, it might be really nice not to show anybody how much you're shining outside when you can see they're not ready to accept it. And it might be that you ascend so far and so quickly sometimes that it's almost like horrible for other people to understand how quickly you've done it or how far you've gone, especially if they always thought that you were not as smart as them or not as talented as them. But you got a different way of progressing here. And that's for you to know and not for them. So you don't have to teach anybody here. You can just quickly go to the next dimension. Unless, of course, you're meant to teach people and you're actually working as a teacher for a job. But in terms of things on all levels, keep it quiet and start walking towards where you want to be next. Anyway, thank you very much, Leo. Thank you for doing all the work so fast and getting me so excited about what is possible for humankind. I'm really enticed as to where you are right now, and I really want to know more. Thank you very much, Leo, and I hope you have a wonderful August and have a great time. Thank you. Bye.